Hello everybody and welcome to Mario Tennis Open, a 3DS Mario Tennis game that released in 2012 and in my opinion, the best Mario Tennis game to date. Of course, Aces is just around the corner, so we could see where that goes. So, one of the boons of being on a handheld system is it actually has a file select instead of having to create an entire different account for everything. So that's convenient. So right off the bat here, it's going to throw us into how to play, and it's going to explain some of the new features to this game specifically. I'm assuming you already know some of the basics of Mario Tennis. Basically, you move around with the control pad, and then you shoot with A, shoot with B. Different shots with every face button, and I'll explain that later. But it's going to explain some of the weirder things with this game. So there's a dynamic view where you can use gyro controls to aim your shots. Very unintuitive. I would not recommend using this at all. It's going to make us do a few shots. I don't think nope, it forces us to be in dynamic. Yeah, so basically whatever way I look with the 3DS is going to determine where my shot goes. And also, I'll show on the bottom screen, it shows some of the shots we can do. And that's another one of the great things of this game, where none of the shots are, secret. In the previous two games, it would, you had to know how to do a lob or a flat shot or, everything. It would not tell you outright how to do these things, especially in the 64 tennis game. It just did not tell you. However, if we go over to this on the bottom screen, it shows you every single move to do on the bottom, and it's really good for beginners to get used to the ways all the ways you can shoot a ball. And also, if you want, you can use touchscreen. I want to use that bottom screen. You can use the touchscreen to shoot as well, as I can show. Just pressing pressing the simple shot button will allow you to do a simple shot. And, topspin will let you do topspin, slice will let you do slice. All the same. And it also shows you the button combinations to use them as well, so you're not really forced to use that. You're also not forced to use dynamic view, God bless, because, it's not fun. So I'm just going to be playing with buttons and not dynamic view. And then it plays like any other Mario Tennis game. Now you might notice there's a little difference from the previous games. There's these chance shots that keep showing up on the bottom screen. Not the bottom screen, but the bottom of the screen. And I will explain those a little later once we get the chance. So, after that, we're going to get invited to the tournament, which luckily there was one in this game. Can't say the same for Ultra Smash. So, I would actually also say that this game probably has the most content of any tennis game. It is actually insane how many characters there are. So, prepare to be impressed. You can activate Street Pass. It's not that important. All it really does is let you play against some characters that use Street Pass. So, we have all these modes here. We have single player, where we're going to be spending a lot of our time in tournament, exhibition, and special games. I'll explain those as we get to them. You have local multiplayer, where you can just play a match or so with the friends, and of course this is a 3DS, so you didn't need cords or anything. It's pretty great. Online multiplayer is exactly what it sounds like. There's online multiplayer. There's I don't know if I'm connected. I am. You can do exhibition matches for fun. Oh, nope, it's not connecting. Or you can do ranked, and it's basically ranked the same way that Mario Kart is ranked. It's not too serious. You have Street Pass, like I explained. You could just play with other players that you pass. It's AI controlled, and it tries to mimic what they would do. Now, the clubhouse is where we're going to be spending the rest of our time, because this is where the completion comes in. Basically, you have your Mii here, and you can buy several items for your Mii. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can buy several items for your Mii, and these will mimic the characters that they are from. So equip the Mario uniform on our character, it'll increase all of his stats because Mario is an all-around character. Give them, say, Bowser stuff, it'll increase the power of their shots, and it actually shows you exactly what each stat does. So a power will increase your serve, your stroke, and your volley. Spin will increase the curve of your shots and how precise you can be with them, and movement is, of course, your speed and everything. There are a couple of achievement-like things in the game, and I'll show them off right here. If we go all the way to the right to the costumes, it'll actually show us all of these achievements we need to meet to unlock all these costumes. This is the goal of the Let's Play. First off, I of course want to do all the tournaments, all the games, show everything off, but I also want to unlock all of these that I can. There's some that can't be done anymore, such as, let's see, I know there's some. Like win 10 consecutive Street Pass matches. No one's going to have this game on Street Pass nowadays. Nobody. I guarantee you, it's been like 5 years. So some things I won't be able to really do, but everything else I will try my best to unlock every single costume here. So that just gives you a general idea of how this will be going. With everything you do, you will get coins and the ability to buy another thing from the shop. So we're also going to probably want to get everything from the shop, though that's pretty hard and time consuming to do. So without further ado, let's enter one of the tournaments. Welcome to the World Open. Try the Mushroom Cup first, you were invited after all. So of course, as always, we're starting with the Mushroom Cup. We can start with singles or doubles. Just for simplicity's sake, we'll do singles. So, this game actually adds a new type of character compared to the GameCube and 64 games, and I guess Advance if you want to count that. We have Mario who's all around, Luigi's all around, Peach's technique, which means she can place her shots better, and in general just has longer reach, most technique characters do. Yoshi's a speed character. For some reason I thought he was all around in this game. I guess that's not until a later game. But he's speed, so he'll be able to run around, acceleration's faster and everything. Daisy's technique. Boo is a tricky character. Now this one's fun. Basically, his shots are going to have insane curve on them, so it's really, you just want to focus on your slices with this character. Bowser Jr. is also tricky. Diddy Kong's another speed. Donkey Kong's a power character where your serves will go faster, you have stronger power shots and everything. Waluigi is a defense character, changed from technique from the previous games. Now this is new. Basically, a defense character is going to have insane range, like he'll be able to reach any spots on the court, basically, and their speed will be pretty high as well compared to other characters. There's only one other defense character, if you don't count a little something that we'll do later, but they are unlockable. So, this is the extent of all of our characters for now. I'm going to start out with Mario, just once again, to keep things basic. You can also make them lefty. It doesn't change too much about the game, but it's just a fun little thing to add in there. So as you can see, we have 4 tournaments to go here. That's not all there will be, but you'll see more about that later. Let's get started. Alright, so we have the first round. We have the option to skip that, but we're not going to. We're going against Boo for our first one. That's not good. So we have a 1-set match. Basically, we need to win 2 games, and each game you have to get 4 points on your own. Of course, unless you get a deuce, which we'll explain in more detail later. Alright, so the chance shots that you see on the ground here. If you shoot a good shot that the opponent does not return very well, these chance shots will appear on the bottom screen. And of course, they can come on the bottom screen by chance, of course, as well. Basically, what they do is they super amplify the power of each of your shots. So maybe I can get one to appear here. So this one's a lob one because it's yellow. And as you can see, our shot just went straight up into the air. So also, the simple shot in this game has a function. It's not like a top spin, it's not a slice or anything, it doesn't have anything special. If you do the simple shots on one of these spots, it'll always activate them, whereas otherwise he hit me with the ball. Otherwise, you would have to use the right shot on top of them. Now, that really simplifies the games and is really good for newer players, so I wholeheartedly support it. There's also these flat shot spots that are not really chance shots. They're more of if the opponent shoots an opportune, like a good shot where you have an opportunity to destroy it with a flat shot, those will appear. And yeah, they're not necessarily just win the game button as specials were in the GameCube version of tennis. And that's one thing I really like. I didn't like the specials because basically you use them, you get the point, unless the opponent has their special as well. You can easily return one of these chance shots with a little bit of skill and knowing the matchups of every shot. For instance, a slice will cancel out a top spin, and you'll take minimal, what is it called? You won't go as far back. Like, if someone also you can see, we got the Luigi shoes on the bottom there. I kind of skipped past it. We also got a couple of coins, so we'll be getting those as we get through the game. The color of each shot corresponds to its color on the 6-panel shot panel. Okay. Use the shot that is the same color of the chance area to perform a chance shot. Yeah, that's one of the new things in this game. It doesn't quite look like it's going to be coming back in Aces. They did keep it for Ultra Smash and Mario Sports Superstars, but they were like nerfed in terms of how much they're used, because those games, of course, have their own mechanics as well. This game is really the one that really focuses on it. I'm not sure if there's a way to play without chance shots. I know on online there is, but in terms of the main game, chance shots will always be on, which isn't too much of a problem. Like, obviously, you're only going to be getting chance shots if you're doing well, and chance shots, once again, aren't just an instant win. You can easily knock them back. We're just playing against really easy characters right now. I mean, look, we could probably return ace every single one of his shots here. I'm willing to bet. Even though he's a speed character who's supposed to be fairly defensive, I mean, they can be offensive if you just use them up near the fence, I almost said, the net. So yeah, that's really all the basics of the game. Also, you can taunt before someone does a serve to increase the power of your first shot. So that's a thing you'll see me doing consistently. Alright, so we have the Peach wristbands on the bottom here. This does not mean I have unlocked the item. Loud car. This means that it's now available to buy. So you'll get those every time you do anything. A minigame, one match, an exhibition match, anything. So you'll probably have to be grinding that out quite a bit if you want to get all the items. Tap and hold the shot panel to store up power and perform an even stronger shot. Yeah, that's been around in all the games. Basically, charge up your shot before the ball gets to you. Of course, you're sacrificing your movement because you won't be able to move too much once you do it. And also, the option is there if you want to use the D-pad for movement, though I really don't recommend it because it's just not as good as the control stick. I mean, I guess if your control pad is broken, then you're still good, but still. Like, mine's broken and I'm still using it fine. This game, in all honesty, is not one of the harder tennis games as well, simply because you probably can cheese a lot of the opponents with, like, a chance shot. As you can see, like, I'm not sure if any opponent has hit back a chance shot yet. Also, I believe this is a championship game, so we're going to actually be playing 2 sets against Waluigi here, which basically means we need to win the equivalent of both of the previous matches we played because they were each 1 set. But yeah, I think you get a good idea of what's going on here. Most of this game will be, of course, just tennis, though the minigames are pretty good, and it has a very, very fun minigame in this game that is just the best. As you can see, I had like a better shot there since I used a slice on his, what is it called? His top spin. I almost said his forehand, which it technically is, but still. Not his backhand. So yeah, that is the basics. This game is a lot more accessible than any other tennis game, which is really nice, and it's just really good. It has a ton of like replayability as well. Like, I'm pretty sure that this game has one of my highest hour counts on the 3DS. I could check it sometime and show it off, but it is like, I don't think I've even 100%ed it technically yet because it's just so much. Also, I like, once again, like on online, I doubt we'll ever see anyone on online. I can try to do a match or 2 online, but I doubt anyone's going to be playing it because, I mean, even when we did Ultra Smash like a year ago, no one was on online on that one. Now it's just sounding weird saying on online since I'm saying the same word twice, but you get it. So I'm not sure how well we're going to be able to show off that aspect of the game. Also, this is going to destroy it. For the championship point. So as you can see, that wasn't exactly the longest tournament, and we got the Waluigi racket. Yeah, most of the time the items you get will be related to the player you were playing. You will never get duplicates, so you will always unlock something new in the shop, so that's really, really nice. And the rackets will cost a lot more than the other items because they do affect your stats a bit more than the others. And with that, we have won the Mushroom Cup. Did not take too long, but this will at least give me a chance to show off some of the other things really quickly before we end off our first episode here. Alrighty. Yep, they don't really have all these nice little cutscenes that the other games have, and we're of course invited to the Flower Cup. Now, if you do want to play Flower Cup on doubles, you do have to play Mushroom Cup on doubles. As you can see, it's specifically singles tournament. So we can go on straight to the next tournament, change our character, or return to the main menu. I'm going to be going back to the main menu because there's some things I do want to show off. So, in terms of exhibition, it's basically the same as choosing a tournament match, except you choose all of the characters in the match. You can, of course, once again, choose anyone. I will show off some exhibitions, because some of these achievements we need to get are like beat an ace character in an exhibition and stuff like that, so we'll be going over that. In terms of minigames, we have Ring Shot, back from the 64 version of the game. Super Mario Tennis, which is a super deep, interesting game that I honestly love. And I'm going to love showing that off. We have Galaxy Rally, and of course this game came out soon after Galaxy, so it's one of those games where it's like, oh, every game after it has to have Galaxy stuff. Just like all the GameCube games have PD Piranha and stuff, you know? Then we have Ink Showdown, which is actually very similar to the same version of the game in Ultra Smash and 64. So those will be fun to show off as well. But that's going to do it for this first episode here. I hope you enjoy the rest of this Let's Play, and goodbye.